Welcome back to the beautiful gamepad here on the Lithium Project channel, and we're going back in time to 1996, where it all began. No, that's kind of terrifying. Oh man, they just don't make them like they used to, you know? I bet that took them 6 months to fucking render that thing. Yeah, this is Goldstorm. This, for anyone the uninitiated, is where it all began in terms of Pro Evo. It's not a game I've played, and to be honest, I've had Goldstorm in my launch box list of PS1 ROMs for the longest time, and I saw that it was by Konami, but I didn't realize that it was like the kind of great grandfather of the ISS/Pro Evo series. So I'm incredibly curious to see how this thing plays. And I'm probably going to enjoy this more, even though it might be worse. I'll probably enjoy this more than the last one, which was ISS Pro 98, because it's probably going to play quite differently, for better or for worse. As much as I want to listen to that guy shout Goldstorm over and over again. 2 minutes is a bit short. Let's keep it to 5. That is as basic a menu navigation screen as you are likely to see on this series. Fucking hell. Ireland versus Norway. That seems like an interesting matchup. So we've actually got the kind of same setup here in terms of I can change the formation with the bumper buttons. I can change strategy. We'll go counterattack. Yeah. So that's all, obviously all stuff that would follow over.
Welcome, soccer fans. Ireland versus Norway.
It still feels weird that I've got commentary in like 96. Not that camera, the audience is, oh god, that's hideous. Alright, do we have options with the camera? No we don't, we got the one camera setting.
Yellow card.
I mean, these player models are incredible.
Free kick awarded to Ireland.
This commentator is loving it. You know, this is choppy, there's no doubt about it, but for 96, like, you have to have had your mind blown, considering I think FIFA 96 by this point was still doing the isometric thing. I think it was still doing it to like 97 maybe. Okay, but I've got a few issues here. Mainly that cross is not to pass. Alright, circle is a lob. That, I'm guessing, is to shoot. The fuck is the pass then? Unless, like, is pass and lobbing on the same button, and it's just like... where are we even trying to pass that to? Interesting that there's music as well. That's not a thing that you get a lot in the 3D era of football games. In fact, I don't think I've ever heard that. And obviously it's only like a kind of South American, like Brazilian beat. South American samba style kind of percussion beat. But it's still something, you know. Usually you just get the commentary. Alright, how do I pass? No, 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 no. I was crossing and you weren't doing any of that. Oh, wait. Is it if I hold down? Because when I was holding down cross, I could run. But then it also kind of kicks the ball away. Kind of rematch style. Man, this is weird.
He shoots. Good stop, keeper.
Did that player just stack it?
End of the first half.
Okay, yeah, this one's weird. There's like real like basic framework for what would become Pro Evo in here, but it definitely feels like its own thing. It definitely feels like a studio figuring its shit out. The camera, like I feel like they were trying to be overly cinematic with the camera.
He shoots.
And it's kind of to the detriment. But that's pretty cool. Yeah, there's a few things here. Nope. Yeah, I can't get a hang of the passing just yet. So if you run, you can kind of kick the ball in front of you, but you can tap to pass. Which is a choice. It is certainly a choice. It's not one I would go with, and thankfully it didn't stick around. Like, maybe they were trying to add some level of strategy, which again, like rematch does kind of a similar thing, but those two buttons, running and passing, are not assigned to the same button, thankfully.
Free kick awarded to Norway.
Oh my god. It's all happening. It's all happening. There were some great sound effects. Like, one of those kicks there has a real, like, kind of bullet ricochet sort of sound going on.
He shoots.
I could just run away from the ball, as you saw there. No, no, I don't want to slide tackle. I wanted to shoot. I must have the ball must have like run too far away that it went from being in possession of the ball to thinking that I wasn't. That's kind of frustrating.
He shoots.
Ah. It's just one of those things where I have such a muscle memory ingrained about the particular way that a control scheme should be set up for football games, specifically like 3D football games, that whenever anything throws a really unique take on that system, especially for like a series as well defined as what Pro Evo is at this point, it does take getting some used to. That's a nice little screen there. That's pretty cool. And again with the fucking game overs, honestly. Alright, we'll give this another go. Because I feel like I'm about 70% of the way there in terms of having an understanding on how to play this thing.
First half kickoff.
But it makes it very difficult to like run and turn. That's pretty much impossible. And I have no idea how to cross.
He shoots. Go, go, go! USA opens the scoring. Let's see that action again. Foul by USA.
They look so disappointed.
Kick awarded to Brazil.
Where'd you come from? You were not there. How are you hiding behind the model?
He shoots.
Bam.
Go, go!
USA got it going on.
Another goal for USA. Let's see that action again. Foul by USA.
It's a card. No card?
Free kick awarded to Brazil.
Alright, let's get some... There we go. Yeah, it's the passing has this really weird level of temperamentalness to it, where sometimes I'm tapping to pass and it just like taps the ball ahead as if like I'm running with it. Fucking hell. It's definitely you know, definitely one of those things where they kind of realized, all right, this doesn't work. And this would be changed by the next game. Like, I don't know if they were thinking they were working with like a limited control scheme. I don't know if Gulf Storm is on well, there's no way it could be on SNES or whatnot. So like, I don't think it has a Saturn port.
End of the first half.
You know, unless they were thinking about the 32X. I'm trying to think of like a control scheme that has less buttons that would warrant trying to assign run and pass to the same thing.
Second half kickoff.
You are not just going to run through the entire Brazilian team. Was not having that. See, like there, I was running, and at some point it decided, because I was holding down the button, it decided it wanted to pass instead. Yeah, this doesn't work. I do like the way that players can stack forward. It's quite fun.
Another goal for USA. Let's see that action.
Well, I don't think I'm going to get back into this one. I've got to be honest. I feel like the die is set with this one. I'll take that as one shot on target.
Goal kick.
What is going on with that goal net? That wasn't dithering. That was a whole nother thing. Oh! It'd been nice to have gotten one goal.
Wow, it's a rocket. Good stop, keeper. Wow, it's a rocket.
Alright.
Good stop, keeper. Good stop, keeper.
I got my shots on target quota filled up there at the end.
End of the match. USA. Thanks for playing. See you again.
Alright. Where's my list? Close this down. Get you up. There we go. Alright. Football ranking time. Goalstorm. Obviously, it feels quite limited in ways. It feels like it's an early 3D football game. And I actually think it probably holds up better than a fair number of games that would come. I mean, like some of the fucking shambolic stuff that we've played from this era. The core stuff in there is pretty solid, but yeah, that option to have run and pass on the same button causes a number of issues. Obviously, it's very, very limited in terms of its features, but again, this is like 96, so you do have to grade it on a bit of a curve. Is it something that I would play? I was talking on the last installment about like where I would put these games in terms of like games I would play more than once, and then games that are like gimmicky or interesting or just bad, and I would only ever play the one time. Would I play more than one session of Goalstorm? I don't know. It's kind of annoying because of the aforementioned issues, and it feels more like a thing that is interesting to look at in terms of the legacy of Pro Evo, but I think if you really actually wanted to play Pro Evo or ISS, you would probably start with ISS Pro and then go from there. I feel like Goalstorm is just a little bit too rough around the edges. But there's some cool stuff in terms of like the exit screen or the end of the match screen with the players running around. Some of the camera work is pretty ambitious for 96. Doesn't always land, but it's still pretty ambitious. So where do we put this? Because I do feel like as a thing to play, I'm just looking down slightly lower on this list. Like, I would probably rather play that last Game Boy FIFA game than I would this. Tecmo was too much of a hassle. Yeah, I think there's a spot right there that works, and then I need to update this after as well. Oh, what are we doing? Yeah, Tecmo. We're going below Tecmo. Yeah, Goldstone. There we go. Um. Okay, it's cool. So next on the docket, I've got ISS Pro Evolution, and I think there's like two others, and then before I do those, maybe I'll look at the N64 ones and get those ticked off as well. I think that might be a good way to go. But I'll probably expand that out so I have those. But I have a lot of videos I need to actually get edited and then uploaded, so that's probably going to take up a fair bit of the day now. So I'll probably go and do that first. Yeah, that'll do it now for another installment of the Beautiful Gamepad. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, please subscribe. And yeah, we'll see you again for another installment. So till then.